The possibility of rain this afternoon. Right now it's just beautiful here in Wrigleyville. Giants and the Cubs, game 2 of this 3-game series. And before first pitch, how about our powerful performance brought to you by Xfinity? And Hunter, we focus on Matt Chapman's monster day yesterday.
Yeah, I mean, this grand slam off of Edward Cabrera in the 4th. And that was just the beginning of an absolute amazing night to remember. Gets another home run after a sacrifice fly to get a career-high 8 RBIs and lead the 18-run onslaught. Matt Chapman is heating up, and that's on the heels of a 3-hit game in Milwaukee the day before.
And look at that list. I mean, most runs batted in by a Giant in a game in San Francisco Giants history. He tied Mays, Cepeda, Crawford, Peterson, and Wilmer Flores. Nobody's ever had more since the Giants came to San Francisco.
That's a game to remember, and let's see how he bounces back. They got a good, tough matchup here against Ben Brown.
Back it up today here against the Cubs. Lineups at first pitch coming up next.
This telecast is brought to you by Toyota, class-leading MPG and more hybrid models than any other brand. Toyota, let's go places. And by Provident Credit Union, make life easy.
From Wrigley Field in Chicago, it's game 2 of this 3-game series. The Giants and the Cubs, after the Giants scored 18 runs yesterday. And we are just about ready to go. Our game time weather brought to you by the Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk. And it's beautiful right now. We'll see if that stays the case. There's some rain in the forecast. A little more humid, 76 degrees. Wind coming in out of the east. So at least initially blowing in. And they are ready to go. So that means we will get to the Giants lineup here momentarily. You can see that Casey Schmidt once again is in the leadoff spot against the right-hander who's having a really good year. Brown, first pitch of the ball game, misses. It's 1-0.
And Casey, 2 home runs yesterday. He's continuing to have a tremendous season. 15 home runs, ties a career high already.
He did. He was one of 3 Giants to hit 2 home runs yesterday. Adames and Chapman did it as well. Career high in home runs. It's June 6th.
He is having that breakout season and finding a home here in the leadoff spot.
Swings away at a curveball 2-0. That was a good pitch from Ben Brown. Right-hander has got a 1.92 earned run average. Cubs have had a lot of injury issues in their starting rotation, and this has been their best guy.
Since coming into the rotation, he has really been, by far, the Cubs' best starter.
Schmidt hits a high fly ball to right field. With the wind blowing in, going to get knocked down just a little bit. Suzuki for out number 1. All right, let's get to that Giants lineup brought to you by your Bay Area Chevrolet dealers. Looks like this: Schmidt, Devers, Arise, Adames, Lee, Eldridge the DH, Chapman at third. The only difference, Haas doing the catching, and Drew Gilbert in center field. He's batting 9th today against his Cubs right-hander.
Yeah, and as you mentioned, with the ERA of 1.92 on 51 2/3 innings, he has 53 strikeouts, just 15 walks, and only allowed 1 home run so far this season.
Amazingly, as Devers takes ball 1, the first hitter he faced all year hit a home run against him.
And he hasn't given one up since.
Not one. Only Christopher Sanchez in baseball has a longer streak of not allowing a home run than this guy. So it'll be a good test here for the Giants with all the power hitting that the Giants have done lately. Last 3 weeks, Giants have hit the most home runs of any team in baseball.
So the Giants' bats are hot, and they're facing a hot pitcher.
Devers. Ball 2, changeup. Devers ended up getting a couple of hits in yesterday's game. Now he'll use his timeout. He had a great month of May, then had a quiet series in Milwaukee, so it was good to see Rafi swing the bat yesterday.
4-game series in Milwaukee. It was his last at bat. He hit a double off the wall for his first hit of the series.
So it's not a big curveball, that one.
No, it's a sharp, tight, hard curveball. Not a ton of movement, but very effective from Ben Brown.
That was a tough take for Devers.
And this is kind of the at-bats you continue to see from the Giants. They work pitchers, they work counts. Nothing's earned easy.
3-2. Foul. Got the fastball.
And let's take a look at the StatCast 3D powered by Google Cloud. The Ben Brown 2026 pitch arsenal. Well, he was a 2-pitch pitcher, just the four-seam and the knuckle curve, and he still uses them a bunch. But he's added the sinker and the changeup, which has really taken him to another level this season.
Devers, another foul ball. It's interesting, isn't it, how sometimes just one little tweak or one extra weapon can open up a guy's career.
Yeah, 100%, and that's why you got to stay curious in the game of baseball, continue to grow, and it's been a massive lift to Ben Brown's.
Devers drills one down the right field line toward the corner. Suzuki, what a catch! And he slams into the wall. His sunglasses fly off, but he holds on to the ball. What a play.
Yeah, and I don't think there's any chance he gets that if the wind's not blowing straight in from right field. This ball was blistered 99.6 off the bat of Devers, and that's a complete robbery. And a nice play by Suzuki, selling out the body.
That looked like a hit all the way.
Yeah, that's unfortunate for Rafi. Good at bat. Does everything right, battles a bunch of pitches, squares it up.
So now Rise. Luis takes ball one. Rise, who's got the third best batting average in the big leagues, .326. He hits that one out into right center field, and he's got another hit. This one out into the gap. Suzuki's going to cut it off, and that will keep Arise at first. Another good play by Suzuki, who's running wild in right field.
Arise was testing him. He was hustling all the way, sniffing a double, but Suzuki made him hold up. Let's take a look at the Cubs defense, brought to you by Walk-Up Personal Injury Law. Pretty similar to yesterday. Ian Happ, Pete Crow Armstrong in center. Seiya Suzuki, who we've seen in right. Alex Bregman at third. But today, Nico Horner gets the nod. Dansby Swanson gets the day off at shortstop. Pedro Ramirez at second. Michael Busch and Carson Kelly behind home plate.
There's Willie Adames. He takes one low from Brown. Adames had one of his big games really ever. He's had a great career, but he was perfect. On base all 4 times, 2 homers, 2 walks, scored 4 runs.
It was an extraordinary game from Willie Adames. Continues to stay hot.
He's got 11 home runs now. Takes the curveball for a strike. Asking the umpire about that one. That was borderline. Spanish audio available on the SAP channel. Just underway at Wrigley. No score. Top of the first. Adames drives that one to right field. Hit that one hard, but that wind is a factor. Suzuki in front of the ivy. Out number 3. Some pretty good swings by the Giants in that inning, but no runs. No score after a half inning at Wrigley in Chicago. Giants and the Cubs. Cubs lineup brought to you by your Bay Area Chevrolet dealers. It is a little different than yesterday. Crow Armstrong moves into the leadoff spot. Former Giant Michael Conforto, the DH. Busch, Bregman, Happ, Suzuki. Nico Horner down in the 7th spot, and he's playing shortstop. Pedro Ramirez in there. Carson Kelly catching. And batting 9th against the Giants right-hander Landon Roop.
And Landon Roop looking for a bounce-back start, coming off one of his toughest of his career. 5-6 with a 4.22, 64 innings pitched, 72 strikeouts to 27 walks. He's got the big spin rate curveball. He's got a really good diving changeup, and he's got the strikeout stuff. Get you a lot of ground balls as well with the big sinker.
Feels like a big start for Landon, whose season's kind of gone a little sideways. He was the Giants' best pitcher for the first month of the year. So his first pitch of the afternoon is a sinker at 94, strike one to Pete Crow Armstrong.
That's a good sign right there. It's last time against the Brewers, falling behind hitters, so right away just let the sinker rip.
Set the tone. Four-seamer, 0-2. Giants have talked so much about that with their pitchers the last few weeks, about being in attack mode. 0-2, skied way up there into shallow right. Lee, with the wind still pushing it back toward the infield, just keeps coming until he makes the catch.
Well, StatCast 3D powered by Google Cloud. Landon Roop 2026 pitch arsenal. Well, it's sinker curve, happy dosage of both. A changeup, which is really turning into a great pitch for Landon Roop. A cutter and a four-seamer as well. We've already seen one of those. But you want to talk about attack mode. Pete Crow Armstrong, one of the Cubs' hottest hitters, just throwing 3 straight fastballs.
He has been the guy for the Cubs. Conforto is having a solid year here in Chicago. Fouls that one off to the left.
And good life on it right now as well, coming out. Atlanta does get great extension, finishes strong. He's got late movement to his sinker. But velo looking good, 94 miles an hour here early in the first inning.
0-2. Good changeup. So first off-speed pitch from Roop. Conforto goes down swinging. Backed up the changeup with another one.
Well, the Giants defense brought to you by Walk-Up Personal Injury Law. Behind Roop today in the outfield from left to right, you got Schmidt, Drew Gilbert, Jung-Hoo Lee. On the infield, the Gold Glover at third, Matt Chapman, who had the big game, Willie Adames, Luis Arraez, Rafael Devers at first, and Eric Haas catching with Landon Roop. Haas had himself a grand slam his last start.
He did. Or as you would say, a Slam Francisco.
He's part of the Slam Francisco crew. Grand salami, that Slam Francisco treat.
Oh, you've really been.
That just happened, you know.
Oh, that just came to you.
I didn't even premeditate that.
1-1 to Michael Bush. Well, let's hope we see another one. We got songs, we got rhymes, we got it all.
We're ready in the booth for grand slams.
We have had a lot of practice. Good pitch, but called a ball. And are we having a challenge already?
Pitch was called the ball, the catcher challenge.
ABS powered by T-Mobile. That one, I don't know.
Just maybe a little low.
Let's see. It is a ball. See Haas talking to the home plate umpire William Trainer about that. Probably saying something like, hey, good call by you. Now it's 3-1. We got Trainer behind home plate. The crew chief Andy Fletcher out at first. Corey Blazer, Alex Tosi. Young William behind home plate. That is a walk with 2 down.
Alex Tosi had an incredible game. I feel like there was no challenges at all yesterday.
He did. He did a really good job. This is what we've been talking about. Much different day than yesterday. The wind blowing from the east off the lake in from right field. And we've seen the effects of that already.
Devers definitely got robbed by that wind. Possibly Adames as well.
That one ripped foul by Alex Bregman. If you pull one to left as a right-handed hitter today, you got a chance to at least not have it really knocked down.
Yeah, left field's here, the window.
We got a little rain shower that has started, Hunter.
Bregman's OPS is down 135 points coming into today from last season. not happen the same year.
His first year with the Cubs. And who knows? Maybe still acclimating. Cutter fouled off. It's 0-2. Just a little sprinkle, but the rain has started. We're hopeful that if it rains at all, it's just going to be spotty, intermittent.
They came prepared.
Poncho time. Curve. Good take. Two-out walk. Bush over at first. Bregman put it in play, but it kicks foul.
No, it's tries to. Nobody saw that.
Oh no! If I just nudge this one back into fair ground, will anybody notice? What a savvy veteran.
Can't blame him for trying.
No. Still 1-2. Oh, yanked deep and foul.
That was a good pitch from Roop right there. All you can really do is hit that foul or miss it.
I always liked watching Alex Bregman hit. He just looks simple.
Yeah, he gets his nose in there. Quiet front step. Short, compact swing. Tough to jam him.
You had the note yesterday. He's never not made the playoffs. Good block by Haas. Well, for Roop, it was 0-2. Now it's 3-2. This will be the 8th pitch of the at-bat to Alex Bregman.
Take a look at Haas keeping him at first base right here. And honestly, that's one, if you get a good secondary, you could probably take off, but Bush going to hold up.
The foul.
So Bregman putting together a pesky at bat here.
Cubs are making Roop work after 2 outs, nobody on, and 2 pretty quick outs. Again, 3-2. Curve for a ball. Back-to-back 2-out walks. That was a pretty good plate appearance by Bregman. 9 pitches.
And that one was earned by some spoiling foul balls and a tough at bat from Bregman.
Rain getting a little harder now. Sending some folks. I mean, from our vantage point, the cloud must be straight above us because everything
is blue.
Everything in front of us looks like blue sky.
These are some heavy, thick raindrops coming down now.
And Roop is falling into this pattern again. And you give the Cubs a lot of credit because they're fighting hard with him, but back-to-back walks plus now a 2-0 count, and the rain picks up even more. Pulls that one foul into the Giants dugout. It's hard enough where the umpires have to at least start thinking about how much harder we're going to let this get.
Because now, you know, the footing for the pitcher, the fingers can get wet, the bat gets wet, tough to grip.
A lot of fans are headed for cover. It's warm enough to where maybe it feels a little refreshing, but nobody wants to get soaked.
And in front of me looks like some thick raindrops too. It's coming.
Yeah. Three and one. Oops. Now you see him wiping his hand. He's struggling with the grip. He wants a new ball. to Happ. Out to left center. It'll be Schmidt giving way to Gilbert, as that one may have gotten knocked down. Gilbert came in and grabbed it. 2 walks, but no runs. Hopefully the rain's going to lighten up.
This telecast is brought to you by Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk, now open daily. Come try Vertigo 360, our spinning, flipping, over-the-top new ride. Save on passes and wristbands at beachboardwalk.com.
Rain continues to fall. Jung-Hoo Lee stands in, and Ben Brown wants a new baseball. It's going to be a challenge. Really, truly, everywhere around Wrigley looks like it's clear, but right over the ballpark, it's raining, and raining pretty hard. Lee takes ball 2.
So Jung-Hoo Lee on a Major League leading 13-game hit streak coming into today.
Maybe just taking a strike, perhaps factoring in the conditions. Saw how Roop had a hard time throwing strikes once it started to rain. .321 batting average, 4th in all of baseball, and now he's ahead of the count 3-1. One thing he hasn't been doing much of is walking during this streak.
Just getting hits.
One after another.
Batting .500.
Hits that one foul and out of play.
Yeah, 25 for 50, a home run, a triple, 4 doubles, 0 walks, and 2 strikeouts during the 13-game hitting streak. That's putting it in play.
For the count 3-2. Fouls that one off. Pitcher's trying to stay dry. Jung-Hoo Lee taking his hands and gloves and rubbing them on his pants.
The raindrops are looking not as thick. Starting to kind of lighten up a little bit.
And now it's like it just almost stopped. Just a little drizzle. Eldridge on deck. 3-2. Lee pulls it foul by first. Well, the Giants didn't score a run in the first. They only had 1 hit from Arise, but they had good at bats all the way through.
Working deep counts once again. Jung-Hoo Lee as well here. Going on pitch number 7.
It's that one to left. Going back on it is Happ. Well short of the warning track. Lee retired, 1 away. Up comes Bryce Eldridge. Eldridge continues to produce, get on base. Look at that on base average now. 21 years old. He's getting on base 37% of the time.
Yeah, and the swing is connected. It's short, nice quiet front side, and really just kind of.
That swing looks dangerous.
Kind of been the centerpiece to kind of turn the lineup over the Big Thunder. 2 hits in his first game at Wrigley yesterday.
I don't think it's a coincidence that since he started playing more, the Giants offense has come to life. It just gives the Giants a lot more depth.
And it's hard to believe that he's a rookie and how young he is with the poise at the plate.
Goes down this time on a high fastball. The 4-seamer got him.
Well, Play Ball Weekend is here, encouraging youth everywhere to get out and play. Visit playball.org to learn more and sign up for free events near you today. Let's all play ball.
How could you not, when you come to Wrigley Field, want to get out there and have a game of catch?
Hey.
Oh, Chapman gets hit. That Probably doesn't make him all that happy with a fastball after a big day yesterday.
I mean, the Cubs threw a couple pitches at him, and then this is 2 outs, no one on. First pitch, up and in, but it is wet. I don't see any reason. Chapman's not a guy who overly gloating or doing anything to make you want to hit him for no reason. But there were a couple yesterday that were intentionally pretty far inside.
And now Haas with 2 outs, a runner on. Comes back from the curve. Strike 1. .650 slugging average for Eric Haas in 15 games.
4 home runs, limited work.
He's got 40 at bats. He's got 4 home runs.
Ben Brown respected him. First 2 pitches of the game, curveball, curveball. Let's see how Haas goes to work here. He's got a really good, quick, short swing. Attacks kind of right center field.
Browns 0-2. Haas strikes out on another curve. So he never deviated from that. He gets his second strikeout. Giants go down scoreless.
Take the Giants on the go this season and stream the games on NBC Sports app, brought to you by Toyota.
Giants fans all over Wrigley Field today. Everybody had a good time wearing the orange and black yesterday. An historically great Friday afternoon Giants win at this old ballpark where the Giants have been coming since 1914. One of the true cathedrals of the game, one of the great sporting venues in the world. Wrigley Field.
It's an experience.
Bottom of the second. No score, and strike 1 to Seiya Suzuki from Landon Roop, who I'm sure is happy to have a little sunshine up above.
Yeah, all of a sudden it's a beautiful day once again.
0-2. Giants had a hard time throwing strikes to Suzuki yesterday. Out to right. Lee just kind of gliding over, 1 away. Sometimes you get one of those little storms that passes through here. We've seen it a lot over the years, and the wind can either flip or die down. It seems like the wind is kind of
still blowing in,
kind of held steady. That is a ball to Nico Horner.
That's a good look at the flags.
Probably not going to be a team today to hit 7 home runs.
It's amazing how big a difference the flags here at Wrigley change the game.
2-1. Liner, backhanded stab by Arise, who robs Horner.
And he does it again. Arise, he's a feisty one, but what a stick right here. And just all the Giants infielders, their hands have been so good this season. Arises, that's not an easy play. What a pick. Adames loves it. Roop loves it. Play some ball.
Nico Horner, the guy who hit that, yeah, Roop did love it. The guy who hit that, almost universally considered the best defensive second baseman in the game. He's playing shortstop today, but I cue up every play that both of them have made this year, and I'd be shocked if Luis Arise isn't right there with him. That's a base hit from Pedro Ramirez, who had a couple of hits yesterday after coming in the game late.
Yeah, it was fun this morning watching Ron Washington work, I saw Devers and Eldridge getting their work in with him, and those drills, man, everyone that he's worked with that comes out and does those, you just see their hands, it's just unconscious in the game, and it's always fun to watch him do it every day, put the work in, and watch the guys get better.
Ninth place hitter Carson Kelly, slow chop to third. Chapman charges and throws him out. So Roop gives up the 2-out single. One pitch later, inning over.
All right, Old Spice, but fresh stats. Giants history, 3 players with 2 home runs in the same game. July 8th, 1956, Game 1 versus Pirates, Willie Mays, Darrell Spencer, and Wes Westrum. July 2nd, 2002 at the Rockies, Damon Minor, Reggie Sanders, and Shinjo. And then yesterday at the Cubs, Willie Adames, Matt Chapman, and Casey Schmidt. There's your Old Spice fresh stats.
That is very, very rare. That's pretty cool. 3 different players, same team, same game with multiple home runs.
Only 3 times in Giants history. I feel like we've been saying this a lot about this Giants offense on this road trip.
Some historic stuff has been happening. So far, against a really tough pitcher, quieter game, but we go to the third scoreless. Fastball to Drew Gilbert for a ball. Drew had a hit yesterday, then came out of the game. Jonah Cox took over and he started piling up hits. 1-1. .240 batting average for Gilbert.
Quietly climbing. Had that great home run robbery in Milwaukee.
2-1. Not that far from where Drew grew up. He's a Minnesota kid. So maybe just feeling the breeze off the lake will make him feel like he's back home. Little flip shot into left, and it's going to fall foul. 2-2. Goes down swinging on the curveball. More history from yesterday. First game in MLB history, a team recorded both of the following. Hit all 4 types of home runs. So solo, 2-run, 3-run, grand slam. And had 3 players hit 2 home runs each. Never happened.
That's a baseball stat if I've ever seen one.
You got to pile a few things in there and mix it all together. Strike 1 to Schmidt.
Willie Adames looking on.
Confident hitter right now, and a guy who has had a lot of big games against the Cubs in his career. One to Schmidt. Now it's 0-2. He hit that one off his foot. Ouch.
So walking it off. Take a look at this. And that heavy sink from Ben Brown and right on the big toe. Oof.
Through another curveball. It's an interesting pitch. You don't see a lot of curveballs that look a lot like Ben Brown's.
Yeah, it's not a big vert, but short, tight, and late.
Up the middle, Horner will glove it. Throws him out, 2 down. Brings up Devers.
Devers had a good first at bat. laced a 100-mile-an-hour line drive out.
Took a really terrific catch from Suzuki in right field to take away that hit. Brown bounces the changeup. Devers, who played all those years in the other historic park that's left in baseball, Fenway in Boston. Low ceilings and narrow corridors and small locker rooms and old shower heads. Nothing new to Rafi Devers.
Devers feels right at home.
Having to count 3-0. Haven't seen much of this. It'd be interesting to see if Devers maybe thinks about picking a pitch and trying to unload 3-0. Not that many 3-0 counts with him. Takes the walk.
Looked like he was swinging, though, if he got his pitch. But lays off the high fastball. Giants get a base runner for the hot Luis Arise. See if they can get another little two-out lightning, little two-out rally going.
Average up to 329 now with another hit in this game. Sinker misses for ball one.
Statue treatment. Kind of watched it a little bit.
There's the true statue. Curveball, 1-1.
Adames is starting to try to do it as well. Giving his best Arise impression.
Two and one. Pitch number 50 coming up for Ben Brown. Giants only have the one hit so far. Rise out towards left center. That's exactly where Crow Armstrong was shading him. Giants go down. A walk, one man stranded midway through 3 at Wrigley. Still 0-0.
All right, Giants fans, next Friday, Pride Night fireworks will light up the sky above Oracle Park, presented by Gilead. Friday is the start of a weekend series against the Chicago Cubs at home. Get tickets at sfgiants.com/pride.
Our drone shots on Friday won't be showing Lake Michigan. They'll be showing San Francisco Bay. Strike one swinging by the leadoff hitter for the Cubs, PCA, Pete Crow Armstrong. He's the guy that every young Cubs fan seems to love.
And why not? He plays the game hard. Power, speed, he's exciting.
Maybe the best defender, regardless of position, in all of baseball these days. He is an amazing
There's
center
definitely
fielder.
a case. It's a Crow Armstrong fan. It's definitely an interesting jersey.
It's a lot of letters. Adames, good effort. And a good effort by Devers to actually get it and keep his foot on the bag.
That's a bit of a put it in your pocket with Crow Armstrong's speed. Take a look at Adames. Good effort here, but once you have to run that far, there's no way you're getting a speedy Crow Armstrong. And slippery bag. Make sure Devers is okay. Let's take a look at this. What happened over here? I think he's just, yeah, that's a wet bag, man. That's scary.
Hit for Crow Armstrong. Got to pay attention to him now. Bush, or Conforto rather. Bush is on deck. Conforto swings and misses.
And Crow Armstrong, 13 bags, 5 caught stealing. So Landon's got to keep him close. Give Haas a chance.
Oh, and 2 to Michael Conforto. Had to tough year with the Dodgers last year after leaving the Giants. Has seemed to find a home here in Chicago. Not playing every day, but hitting for some power when he has been playing.
Yeah, average coming into today, 259, 4 homers.
0-2. Tried to get him to chase up. Conforto wouldn't do it. Decent sized lead, and the Giants will pick over. Soft contact. Roop is going to go to second, and they get the out there. The throw to first. Got him! Wow. I thought there was no chance to turn a double play. Giants found a way to do it.
And that's just taking a little bit of a risk, trusting yourself right there. Landon fields it clean, fires a strike, and Adames, the strong arm, and fires a bullet to get Conforto. But right there, that little sidearm angle, that's a tough angle. That's trusting yourself right there, trusting the defense, and they're playing some ball here. That's a huge double play. Love the confidence from Roop. Love the turn from Adames endeavors.
Great stretch there by Rafi. Curveball, strike one to Michael Bush. Well done. Giants have turned more double plays than any team in baseball this year. And you watch that play and you're like, yeah, no kidding.
Both Arise and Adames, good strong arms, good quick hands. Devers is really playing tremendous over at first, taking ownership, getting after it. You see him working every day. Ron Washington. He has improved so much. In a short amount of time, too, Dave.
0-2. Got it. So Roop, with some help from his defense, makes that a scoreless inning. On to the fourth we go, and Adames is coming up.
Giants fans, welcome back to the broadcast booth presented by Lazy Boy. I'm Hunter Pence alongside Dave Fleming, and we have a little pitcher's duel going on here today.
We do a much different feeling game. And look, when you and I got here today and we checked the flags, we kind of figured it would be.
Wind blowing in. Ben Brown, arguably the Cubs' ace right now, their best pitcher. And it's been a battle.
Landon Roop has matched him so far. 0-0. Giants have been winning games in different styles. We've seen the massive offensive outputs, but the win that started this little win streak was Logan Webb and the Giants shutting out the Brewers 1-0. This has the feel of that kind of game.
Despite only having one hit, they got a hit by pitch, a walk. They've worked some late counts on Ben Brown.
Adames flied out to right pretty deep his first time up. Hits that one out towards center. PCA, 1 out. Now Jung-Hoo Lee's turn.
And every one of his at-bats you got to be excited for. 13-game hit streak on the line.
0 for 1, flied out his first time up in a little mini downpour. He worked the at bat. He saw a lot of pitches, so he's seen the stuff of Ben Brown. Off the inside, 2-0. Took a strike, curveball.
Yeah, the confidence there, 2-0. Going to Jung-Hoo Lee with the curveball for a strike.
A little bit high.
Goes for the same pitch and just absolutely yard sails it. That one slipped. How do you hold that?
(3-1). Lee out to left. 2 outs.
So gets himself into a good hitter's count. Not able to finish.
Eldridge, who struck out his first time up, a rare chase. Bryce has been so good staying in the strike zone. The third strike expanded a little. He takes that one for a ball.
And you know, you watch on the camera Ben Brown stuff, but then you watch it to the naked eye, and it is, he gets some crazy extension. It is jumping out of his hand. Not all 96s are the same.
Eldridge, shallow left field. Happ again toward the line. Wind pushing, but just enough room. Giants are going in order for the first time in this game. Ben Brown's really pitching well. Our play of the game presented by your California Ford dealers. I'll never forget this one. 20 years ago today, Jason Schmidt back in San Francisco struck out 16 Florida Marlins to tie a franchise record that had been set all the way back in 1904 by the Hall of Famer Christy Mathewson. Complete game, 124 pitches, struck out the final 3 to finish off the game. An all-time great performance by Jason Schmidt.
That's impressive. Complete game, 16 strikeouts. Got to be effective and efficient.
No kidding. A lot of those big strikeout games, pitcher can't go all the way.
124 pitches. That takes a heck of a durability.
And 20 years ago, that was kind of before the real, I don't know if you call it the strikeout era, but strikeouts have gone up big time in the 20 years since then. It was an all-time great performance.
I think that's an interesting note. Earlier on the same day, the Giants selected Tim Lincecum with the 10th pick in the draft.
It was a good day for Giants pitching.
That was a good pick.
Yeah. A day that changed the Giants forever. And they drafted Tim. Full count 3-2. Roop's curveball misses to Bregman, who's making him throw a lot of pitches. First at bat and drew a walk. Now 3-2 here in the bottom of the 4th. Fouls that one out of play.
Be interesting. Giants have the 4th pick in the draft this year.
It's hard. There's no other sport where it's harder to identify talent, project than baseball. But on the ground, one hop to Chapman. Throws out Bregman. When you have a pick like that and you nail it, it is kind of interesting. You look back at that first round in 2006. That was a great draft. Evan Longoria, a great player. Andrew Miller had a great career. Clayton Kershaw is going to the Hall of Fame. Tim Lincecum 10th. Max Scherzer was the next pick at 11.
Back-to-back Lincecum and Scherzer. How about that?
Kershaw.
And Kershaw. What a draft. Holy shnikes.
Yeah, Kershaw, Lincecum, and Scherzer all in the top 11 of the same draft.
Imagine if you had that Orioles pick. Whoopsie.
Yeah. Did not nail that one.
Sorry, no offense, but
it's hard.
It's tough.
Every team misses. But when you hit on one like a Lincecum or a Posey or a Bumgarner, it changes your franchise. 2-0 to Happ. Michael Holmes and his whole amateur scouting staff are grinding it out now. It's about a month away.
College Super Regionals going on right now. West Virginia looks like they're about to clinch.
They'll be singing Country Roads on the way to Omaha.
Mike Krukow might not be too happy. They took down they're taking down Cal Poly.
Dang it. The Harvard of the West goes down to West Virginia. Hunter Ments, we're showing Hunter. He got drafted that same year by the Marlins in the 17th round.
That's a good 17th rounder.
I'd be telling everybody, I was in the same draft as Kershaw and Lincecum and Scherzer.
Spacing all those guys.
A lot of great players in that draft. 3-2 to Happ. He strikes out swinging.
The cutter. We'll take a look at this one. Top of the zone cutter to the tough Ian Happ. Gets him to chase. He doesn't do that very often, and that's a beautiful pitch. Leonard Roop is matching Ben Brown here today.
2 outs for Suzuki. Cue shot foul. Chicago, the bat boy doesn't deliver the balls to the umpires. They have a separate crew to deliver baseballs to the umpire. So the bat boy just handles the bats and the gear, and that's it.
Well, how do you feel about that? You're part of the bat boy club.
Well, I probably would have welcomed it on that one day. Makes the job a little easier.
That's weak.
But I'd be taking it personally. What, you don't think I can handle it all?
Yeah, when Dave bat boys,
I did it all.
He does bats and balls.
Austin helped me out too. Up the middle on the ground. Adames scoops, spin, one hop throw, beauty. Another good play by Willie Adames, picking it at shortstop.
All right, Giants fans, get a soccer jersey next Saturday. A Giants soccer jersey. The first 20,000 fans will receive a soccer jersey presented by StubHub on Saturday, June 13th, as the Giants take on the Chicago Cubs at home at 7:05. Learn more and get tickets at sfgiants.com/fiesta.
Matt Chapman takes a ball from Brown. It's an eclectic group of teams that in the first round of the World Cup, or the whatever you call it, pool play, we're going to see in the Bay Area, a host site for the World Cup. That Saturday is the catcher challenge here on a pitch called a ball. See if Carson Kelly, he's been the master of the ABS. He's right again. He just is killing this system.
It's a good call. Stays hot.
Instead of 2-0, it's 1-1. I think that same day with the giveaway is the first game down at the stadium in Santa Clara. Switzerland and Qatar. Three and 1 to Chapman. Well, let's see if the Giants can get somebody on base early in an inning and put a little pressure on Brown.
Curveball 3-1 and a beauty.
The 3 Giants base runners so far in this game have all come after 2 were out. Chapman fouls it back. The wind is picking up even more. We can feel it.
Yeah, it's got to get your paperweights on in the booth, but it is coming straight in. And this place plays big when you got that heavy gust coming in your face.
Chapman, hard hit but foul. Another curveball from Brown. Check swing. Chapman was trying to hold up on a pitch that was going to be ball 4, but the ball hit the bat.
And that's kind of having to respect, if it is the curveball, it's a strike. If it's a fastball, it's a ball. Was checking the swing, and we'll have another pitch.
The 9th of the at-bat. Got it. One out, and now a word from Jack in the Box.
Get fired up with my new Hot Ones Munchie Meal with a Sriracha Curly Fry Burger or Buffalo Chicken Tater Melt.
Welcome to Jack in the Box.
One out, base is empty for the catcher Eric Haas. He struck out, one of 4 strikeouts so far for Brown. He saw nothing but curveballs. It's the first fastball he's seen. Two and 0.
And Ben Brown, even though he throws hard, he's been pitching backwards, even to Jung Hoo Lee. Throwing the breaking stuff when he's behind in the count.
Yeah, these have been like curveball counts. That
Not
was
this
a
time.
sinker.
And credit Carson Kelly and Ben Brown. Their sequencing has been, there's been nothing to really go on. Mixing well.
That's a swing. 2-2. There's that curveball.
Hasn't really been any pattern or tendency.
Only the second time the Giants have ever seen this guy. Haas puts it in play, but just a chopper to third. Bregman gets him.
Haas hustle right there. Bregman took his time. Made it a little closer than you'd expect on a ground ball to third.
Two down, and here's Gilbert. .75 pitches now for Brown. He went 7 complete innings his last time out.
Give up 1 run against the Cardinals in the win for the Cubs. St. Louis.
He's been the Cubs' ace, this guy. We've seen why. There, 1-2. Just a perfect pitch.
So now Drew's going to have to get into battle mode, see if he can spoil one of those. He has a tendency to kind of shoot the ball the other way every now and then. Good little hole for him.
Skip that one in there.
Cubs infield playing him to pull. Outfield shifted a little bit to pull as well.
Gilbert goes down swinging for the second time in this game. 2 more strikeouts and another scoreless inning for Brown.
The Washington Nationals visit Oracle Park to lead off the Giants homestand June 8th through the 10th. Start your summer in San Francisco at a Giants game. Get tickets at sfgiants.com/tickets.
That's the day after tomorrow.
That's coming soon.
Finally, the Giants be back home. Long road trip. Curveball from Roop to a guy who will get a chance to come back home next weekend when the Cubs come to San Francisco. Nico Horner grew up in Oakland, went to high school in Oakland. Horner's challenging that call.
The batter's challenge.
He might be right. Curveball.
Looks like he's right.
Let's see. Yeah.
Calls on return. Chicago has 2 challenges remaining.
Cubs are a good team when it comes to using that ABS.
They're two for 2 today.
Strike one. Nico Horner, the pride of Head Royce School. On the ground to Chapman. Throws him out. True baseball fans need Wi-Fi that's so reliable it never gets caught looking. Xfinity Internet keeps you in the game at one price for 5 years and allows you to get online in minutes with same-day Wi-Fi. Xfinity, imagine that. And Rue pitching well today. Big start for him considering his struggles last time out.
This is a bounce back start right here, and he's come out on a mission, pitching with a purpose.
He's got a good game face.
And this is a heck of a pitcher's duel, matching Ben Brown inning for inning.
One and two to Pedro Ramirez, who's swinging the bat well in this series. Had a hit his first time up today. To left field. Schmidt started back, now just kind of going side to side. Out number 2.
Really, the hardest hit I think all day we've seen is probably Rafael Devers fly out to Suzuki in the first. Since then, it's been a lot of soft contact from both sides. Both Landon Roop and Ben Brown in command.
Here's Kelly with 2 down. Strike one. Thought about it. Kelly's superpower is challenging as a catcher. He's down on the count 0-2. Beauty of a curveball. With the 4-seam. He'll do that like Logan Webb sometimes, where all the sinkers and the change-ups and the breaking balls, and then try to put somebody away with that 4-seam.
A little zipper. Zip it up there.
Tried it again, but wasn't real happy with that pitch. Take on the curveball from 0-2 to 3-2.
And really, that's a good pitch right there. Strike for a long time, but Carson Kelly remains patient. So we'll have a payoff pitch.
Backhanded by Chapman. Long throw to May. Got him. What a play. From way in foul ground, Matt Chapman shows off one of the best arms in baseball. It's always a big day when Hello Kitty visits Oracle Park next weekend when the Cubs are in town. Sunday, June 14th, first 25,000 fans get that Hello Kitty plush keychain presented by EVA Air. Giants and the Cubs, sfgiants.com/Hello Kitty. Hello, Giants fan, here at Wrigley. And Casey Schmidt, top of the order here. Scoreless game. Both pitchers on a roll. Big time. Nobody's had a base runner in a while. Strike one to Schmidt. Roop's retired 8 in a row. Ben Brown, the Cubs starter, is retired 7 in a row.
You wonder how much confidence they get when they just see the wind blowing straight in.
It's got to be a factor, right?
Yeah, I mean, you got to imagine it's a lot more comfortable out there, but both these guys really throwing the ball well. Not a lot of hard contact from either side.
When you see the wind blowing out, you nibble, you're just so scared
It's
to
a
leave
little bit more nerve-wracking.
pitch anywhere out over the plate. When it's blowing in like it is today, you just attack. Schmidt works himself into a good count here. Three and one to Casey. Big chopper foul. Another one of those curveballs in a hitter's count.
I was going to say it, but it was a little late. I would have been sitting curveball right there the way he's been pitching.
And Schmidt might have been.
Yeah, he pulled it. He was on it.
Foul away.
Well, as you mentioned, Dave, it'd be nice to see a little pressure on Ben Brown. He pitches out of the stretch anyway. Doesn't really pitch out of the windup. But get a good guy on base here early.
Schmidt out into center field. Crow Armstrong slides and catches. A great play there by PCA. Great play by Chapman to end the 5th.
Now let's take a look at this all the way down the line. What body control to stick that, stop, turn, fire, a strike from almost the dugout. And that is a heck of a play to end the inning.
How about this, by the way? That was a great play. That's it for Ben Brown. The starter's coming out.
Well, that is going to be good news for the Giants.
I didn't see that coming. Devers coming up. Time for a change. Switch to Comcast Business for all in connection and protection your small business can rely on. Well, the Giants have only one hit, haven't scored in this game. It's a scoreless tie, top 6, but the Cubs are going to the bullpen. Ben Brown is out, and the new pitcher is the left-hander, Caleb Tealbar.
And there's a look at the numbers. 17 games, 3.77 ERA.
Left on left against Devers.
It's a 4-pitch mix, 4-seam curve, slider, and sweeper. A lot of 4 seams.
One ball, 1 strike to count to Devers. And I think part of the reason why Craig Counsell made the change, despite the fact that Ben Brown just dominated today. Devers, they had the best at bats, I think, against him. The hardest hit line drive, plus drew a walk. So scoreless game. Maybe just thinking one swing could end up deciding this game.
Yeah, but Giants are definitely happy to see him exit the ball game. Now go to work on the bullpen.
Devers crushes one to right field. It is gone. Rafi Devers beat the wind. He beat the lefty, and he puts the Giants ahead 1-0. That move didn't work.
And Ben Brown, the only thing slowing down the Giants offense for a brief moment. 109 miles an hour from Big Rafi. Light tower power, and the Giants take the lead.
That was a heck of a swing.
Ben Brown exits the ball game. Welcome to the ball game, Tealbar. 94 up and in, And Rafi, that's a two-cheeker, baby. Every bit of it purified.
I mean, it shows you how the wind is affecting things. We're going to get a challenge here because he clobbered that ball, and it made it, what, like 6 or 7 rows up in the bleachers?
He does not get cheated.
Another right challenge for Kelly. He's the savant in baseball right now.
108.6 off the bat, 387 feet.
2 to Luis Arise.
Now we get a great treat to watch Arise with 2 strikes. Go to work.
Use his timeout. Luis had the only Giants hit against the starter, Ben Brown, the only one. Cubs took him out, and the first hitter puts the Giants ahead. Arise, that's rare, goes down swinging.
And he gets him to chase right there. Yeah, you definitely don't see that too often. So Arise will be he'll be a little cranky.
Two outs for Adames. Curveball, strike 1. Trying to backdoor the slider. It just it can't be a good feeling. You make the pitching change when your starter's just cruising, and the very first hitter hits a home run.
88 pitches as well. Just who knows if he's dealing with something or if they had a pitch count for him. But the Giants will take it. There's Craig Counsell shaking his head a bit.
Adames strikes out. The field bar yelling into his glove after Rafi Devers did this to him. Bye-bye, baby, at Wrigley. After 7 home runs yesterday, maybe the most impressive home run of the series right there.
Check out the Giants Talk podcast presented by Mancini Sleep World, covering all the trending Giants news and featuring exclusive guests. Listen to the pod or watch it on YouTube. Giants Talk, only in NBC Sports.
Foul ball.
Okay, yeah, that was, I heard it. Strike 1.
Thought you were going to break out your home run call there. Pete Crow Armstrong went after the first pitch from Rube. But a foul. 0-1. He's thrilled with the result of that pitch. 0-2. Well, yesterday at this point, Hunter, it was 16-0 Giants. Today, 1-0 Giants.
Oh, how the wind has turned.
One swing from that guy. That one to deep right. The answer for Pete Crow Armstrong. Tie game.
Well, 2 strike. He is electric. Got mad at the foul ball. He is not getting cheated here with 2 strikes. Up and middle. And PCA gets all that one. We got a ball game.
Pretty impressive. 2 guys into that wind. Ball 1. 10th home run of the year for Pete Crow Armstrong. Ties the game up. to Conforto, 1-1. Michael's 0 for 2. He's talked about he didn't feel like he was ready for the fastball last year, and a lot of his offseason work was, man, when I've been at my best in my career, I have hit fastballs.
Definitely the adjustment paying off this season for him. He's always been kind of that calm vibe, really well balanced swing.
He's ahead in the count here, 3-1. Changeup.
And right as you say that, he takes an off balance hack at a beautiful 3-1 Landon Roop changeup, gets him to chase.
Pretty good pitch. That would have been ball 4. 3-2. Conforto took that one. After the home run, a walk. That's going to prompt a visit from the pitching coach.
And we'll see, you know, Killian, chance will start getting the big right-hander warming up. See if Message can get Landon back into rhythm, get a ground ball right here. Try to get a double play.
.87 pitches now for Roop, with nobody out of the 6th. So even though Roop's pitched beautifully today, the pitch count has climbed. You got a couple of guys, Bush and Bregman, back to back here, who've made him throw a ton of pitches in this game. Meeting over, runner at first, Conforto, nobody out. Haas thought about a back pick.
Nice cutter to start off Bush. Really, all of his pitches, he's been able to land them.
One and two.
Backs up the changeup with another, but the velo even on the changeup is a little bit down.
Might be running out of gas. Two and two. There goes a runner with a massive jump and absolutely no chance. The ball then gets away from Haas. Wow. Roop just lost track of Conforto, who had a running start.
Yeah. And then getting a little out of hand when you're tired. Hard to split your focus here and just trying to give everything to this pitch. Perfectly timed jump from Conforto. And then Haas loses it. Getting a little sloppy, but big pitch right here. See if you can end on a good note.
Conforto hadn't even attempted a steal all year. 3-2. Bush strikes out swinging.
Beautiful. Maybe buys him another hitter here. That changeup and gets a chase from Bush. It's a strike for a long time and then just dives down. So Vitello going to keep him in another batter.
The guy who's been tough on him so far, Bregman. just the one walk, but he's made him work very hard. Down the left field line, but he hooked it foul.
And really, a ton of those sinkers running in off the plate, and Bregman just ripping them foul. Nothing else he can really do with that pitch if he can get him to keep swinging at it.
Devers coming over, but that one slicing well away from him. Bregman goes down.
Take that for a sequence. He gave him everything in the arsenal. Sinkers in, cutters away, changeups down, and then Uncle Charlie curveball painted down and away, and Landon showing some resolve here, making pitches.
Vitello gave him one more hitter, and he made him look good with the strikeout of Bregman. Now the switch hitter Ian Happ. Tony's going to take the ball and bring in a former Cub. Caleb Killian's a guy who's going to come into this game. Time for a change. Switch to Comcast Business for all-in connection and protection your small business can rely on. Here comes Killian. Tie game. Go ahead run in scoring position with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th. Tense ball game here today. Very different than yesterday. 1-1 at Wrigley. And the Giants going into the bullpen to bring in Caleb Killian.
And the numbers for Caleb on the year: 27 2/3. He's been pitching a lot. A 3.58 ERA, 30 strikeouts to 14 walks. Opponents just hitting 192. Really has a high spin four-seamer, big knuckle curve. Also has a little slider and a sinker he can mix in from time to time.
A big spot here against Ian Happ. He's been a hot hitter for the Cubs. He takes ball 1.
And really, even with the ERA, it's kind of inflated from that one game in Colorado. Other than that, he has been sensational. Caleb Killian.
For ball 2-0. Pitching in the place where he made his major league debut. Caleb, who was drafted by the Giants, traded to the Cubs in the Chris Bryant deal. Made his debut right here at Wrigley against the Cardinals. Happ out to right field, not deep. Devers chasing, and he won't catch it. It's up on the top of that wall.
Ooh, that was a scary one, and a little bit of that Bermuda Triangle, and unfortunately blows foul. Everybody hustling. Well, Landon Roop had a heck of an outing. 5 2/3, 3 hits, 1 run, 5 strikeouts, 3 walks. Pitched the Giants a great game.
3-1 to Happ. Four-seamer at 99 miles an hour. Happ's got a lot of power. 14 home runs. Takes a walk. Not real close there with those last 2.
So Killian comes in a little sporadic to Ian Happ. And
had the open base, so now he'll face the right-hander Seiya Suzuki.
I feel like that was maybe, you're right, Open base. See if you can attack righty on righty here.
On the ground, diving, Adames knocks it down. For now, that saves a run. It's a hit for Suzuki, but a great play by Adames.
Yeah, 100% saves a run. Getting to that one and put it in your pocket, I think, is a good idea. Maybe hop up and see if they overturn third base a little bit, but nice job, nice effort by Adames to save a run and give Killian another shot.
But now the bases are loaded for Nico Horner. So big time pressure spot now for Killian in a tie game. Ball one with the sinker. Horner out to right center. Lee has a beat on it. Lee catches. Out number 3. The 1 run on the home run by PCA, but the Cubs leave them loaded. Our game summary is brought to you by Toyota. A couple impressive swings in this game. One from Devers, one from Pete Crow Armstrong into the wind. And those are the only runs. It's 1-1. Much different game than yesterday. Giants and the Cubs on this Saturday afternoon. Jung-Hoo Lee against the right-hander who's into the game now. New pitcher for the Cubs. Third pitcher of the day. Ben Brown was awesome. Tealbar gave up the home run to Devers. Now Jacob Webb takes over.
Jacob Webb, 25 2/3, 32 strikeouts. He's got some strikeout stuff to the tune of a 2.45 ERA. Runs the four-seamer around 94. Throws that about 50% of the time. Changeup, curveball, sweeper, and slider.
On the ground into right field, base hit. So Jung-Hoo, the hitting streak goes on.
And the first leadoff batter on a base, and that, Dave, I think you know we love to see 14-game hit streak for Jung-Hoo Lee. And we get to continue to have some fun following one of the most difficult things to do in all of baseball, which is carry on a long hit streak.
Dang, he's below 500. What's going on, Jung-Hoo?
Give him one more bat, we'll see.
Now Eldridge against Webb. Bryce takes a strike. First pitch, curveball. Eldridge 0 for 2 against the starter Brown. One ball, 1 strike to count. Big spot here, and this is where Eldridge has had a lot of at-bats lately where he's done a really good job in this kind of scenario of building a rally, getting a guy over. Top that one foul, a changeup.
Yeah, this is kind of, it's just been 2 at-bats. A little bit more quiet, but credit Ben Brown. This offense is feeling some confidence and some swagger. And he shut him down.
2-2. Walk would be a big play. That would push Lee into scoring position. You got Chapman on deck.
And Eldridge with 2 strikes gets his foot down early, gets a little quieter.
Got a piece.
Nice healthy hack right there. Laid off the high one. Launches at the good curve in the strike zone.
Bryce strikes out on the 95-mile-an-hour fastball.
That was sneaky right there, and Bryce a little frustrated at himself. But an excellent pitch from Webb right here. He kind of gets down low, and this ball almost carries. Huge spin on the 95 up and away. Bryce a little frustrated.
Now Chapman. Takes a fastball for a strike. Asking the umpire about that one. Chapman's been hit by a pitch and struck out. Tie game, 7th inning. That is a foul. Wow, that was close. Real close. Those are not reviewable. Chapman, he was shocked.
And we'll take a look at it. And that could have been called fair if you ask me.
That was really, really close. Where is it at the moment that it passes over the bag after it's hit before the bag?
It just has to go over the bag, so doesn't get the call.
In the box against Jacob Webb. Throw over. Lee dives back. Jung-Hoo still officially does not have a steal attempt this year.
He went for 4 of them in Colorado, and it just kept fouling it off.
2-2. There goes Lee. Pitch taken. Throw. He is safe. There's his first steal of the year.
And what a crucial time to do it here with the wind blowing in. Huge 90 feet. Webb picks his knee up. Jung-Hoo Lee gets the jump. And that was stolen off the pitcher. Take a look at the knee. Picks it all the way up. Jung-Hoo Lee, you just keep going. And a huge stolen base right here in a tight ball game with the wind blowing in at Wrigley.
To Chapman. That is ball 4. Chapman draws the walk. Two on, 1 out.
And right guy, right spot. Haas has a beautiful RBI approach. Shoot something over the second base side. It's going to be the target for him, no doubt. It's got a big hole on the infield that way as well.
Up and away from Webb. Excellent speed out there for the Giants with Lee at second, Chapman at first. See that hole that Hunter's talking about. Did not quite look like the opposite field approach there.
Yeah, it's uncharacteristic right there. Gets a fastball up and away too. See if Haas makes an adjustment.
That one in that direction, but just way up there. Suzuki fighting the sun and the wind, and he catches. Two down. That'll leave it for Drew Gilbert. Big spot here for Drew, where a hit could put the Giants ahead. They'll play Gilbert to pull the ball on the ground, which means Bregman kind of all alone on the left side of the infield. Curveball, strike 1. A lot of wind today. Gilbert with that wind knocking it down. Suzuki, though, has time. And the side is retired. A hit, a steal, a walk, but no runs. 7th inning stretch here at Wrigley. It's 1-1.
All right, Giants fans, our upcoming schedule brought to you by Cache Creek Casino Resort. The Giants return home after tomorrow's game for a 3-game series against the Nationals starting Monday. Off day on Thursday. Then the Giants host the Cubs back at Oracle Park next weekend.
After Take Me Out to the Ball Game here at Wrigley Field with everybody singing on this sunshiny Saturday afternoon. Giants and Cubs 1-1. Bottom 7. Giants had a good chance at the top of the 7th, but it stays tied. Killian remains in the game. Ramirez, he takes a strike from the right-hander. Oh, 1 pitch. We were talking to Killian about making his debut in a rivalry game. Eric Miller's the guy warming up in the Giants bullpen. He said it's a night he'll never forget. Cubs Cardinals at this place. First time on a big league mound.
That's exciting.
So he was excited to come back to Wrigley.
It definitely is one of those ballparks when you're playing in as a rookie and your first time here, sort of a surreal moment to experience this crowd in this stadium.
I asked Bryce Eldridge today about playing here for the first time yesterday, and that's kind of what he said. It was like, he said it felt like the most crowded place he had ever played. He was looking around. He's like, there's not an empty seat anywhere, and everybody's right on top of you.
And everybody's having a good time.
Got it.
Moving around.
97-mile-an-hour fastball.
That's that beautiful carry fastball from Killian. And watch this. Just gets that elite carry. Ramirez chasing way up there. Tough to lay off. When I was a rookie coming up, I was with the Astros, and I got a lot of games here, and it was always just like a dream come true. Looking around.
You walk through, I know they've renovated it now, but it's still the same tunnel that Babe Ruth walked through in the 1932 World Series.
Every time I walked those stairs, I would always be like, Babe Ruth walked these halls.
There's not many places like that. 1-1. Get that dirt clod off the plate.
Willie Mays.
Yeah. If you're a Giant, that's the one you can really think. Willie played so many games here over the years. Hit a ton of home runs at Wrigley Field. Two and one to Kelly. And that old hand-operated scoreboard still up above the center field bleachers.
Classic.
Pop up. Shallow left. Adames kind of doing a little bit of that pop-up dance. 2 down.
It's a tough one right there. Adames expecting it. That wind's really knocking it down. He thought it was going to be Schmidt's ball. Gets back there and is like, wait, it's in front of me.
Oh, it's definitely knocked down a lot by the wind. So Killian retires the 9th place hitter, and with Crow Armstrong, the lefty, Tony Vitello coming out to make another change. It'll be Eric Miller against PCA. Tie game, bottom 7. Back to Wrigley right after this.
Watch exclusive Giants interviews, extended highlights and press conference videos, and tons of YouTube shorts, all on the NBCS Authentic YouTube channel. Subscribe now.
Just outside Wrigley Field, that little park in the park. And now back inside the friendly confines for the bottom of the 7th with 2 outs and nobody on. But the dangerous Pete Crow Armstrong coming up. So Eric Miller, the lefty, comes out of the Giants pen.
The big East-West attack, a lot of sinkers and sliders. 17 2/3, 4.08 ERA, 25 strikeouts. Opponents just hitting 188.
First pitch a ball from Miller. It's always the #1 key with Eric is just being in the strike zone. 2 for 3 with the solo home run that has the Cubs their only run. Shows bunt, and I don't know that he really had any intention of bunting, but he might have distracted Miller. That was a big miss. You don't want to walk this guy because he's a good base stealer, but he is dangerous. Line drive, right field, base hit. So left on left, and Pete Crow Armstrong with the wide turn will stop at first.
So 2-0. Crow Armstrong gets into a count he likes and turns on that sinker away. But for Eric Miller, forced him to earn it. Now go to work. You're going to have a pinch hitter for the Cubs.
With Conforto due up, another lefty, the Cubs bring up Miguel Amaya, starting catcher yesterday. They have a couple other available hitters on the bench. That one just went right off the glove of Haas. Oh my goodness. Bad time for that.
So now you got the speedy PCA in scoring position here with 2 outs. So a single can give the Cubs the lead. That'll probably be scored a pass ball right there.
It was. Slider swung on and missed. Threw it again. This time Amaya took it. 2-1. We got another lefty on deck in Bush. First base empty. See how aggressive Miller is. 2-1. Top foul. Staying with the off-speed stuff.
That's a good one right there. And the back foot slider gets Amaya to chase, and big 2-strike count here.
No one hit him, and I think he kind of leaned into that. He sure didn't make a heck of an effort to get out of the way.
He's got the guard there, and yeah, you could argue he didn't. He almost goes into it.
Just clipped that guard.
I like the pitch. 99 up and in. You thrown him 2 sliders, slowed him up.
To the pinch hitter, the Cubs will use a pinch runner. Justin Message, pitching coach, out for a visit. That's Alcantara. Two of the fastest Cubs are out there. Crow Armstrong, the go-ahead run at second, and an extra run over at first, Alcantara.
So here's your guy you want to get. You got your lefty on lefty matchup, power versus power. How about some drama for your Saturday morning?
Michael Bush against Eric Miller. Big swing and miss. Bush just kind of taking a shot. Here's the 0-1. Back with that slider. A little check swing roller. Adames couldn't get a throw off. He hit it so softly that the Giants couldn't turn it into an out.
The old check swing, perfect bunt. And fortunately, Crow Armstrong doesn't take off right here because this ball jumps out of Adames' hands. What a perfectly placed check swing. Beautiful pitch from Eric Miller. If Adames got that, he might have been able to make the play. It would have been tough.
I actually thought he had a chance at him. So now bases loaded. Second straight inning for the Cubs against the Giants bullpen with the bases loaded, and everybody at Wrigley is going to stand up. Bregman in the dirt. Good stop by Haas. Nowhere to put him. A walk puts the Cubs ahead. Strike one. Backdoor slider. Wow, another great block. That one was spiked in front of home plate.
Bregman's a guy who stays in the strike zone. So Miller's going to have to earn this. That's probably not where he wanted that one. Great block by Haas here.
Foul. Might have helped him out. That was up and away. Now it's 2-2. Bases loaded, 2 down, tie game, 7th inning. Bregman, foul ball. Another power sinker. Bregman, foul. Hooked that one down the third base line. '97, '98, and then back with the slider. He was out in front. Miller got him. Great slider to strike out Bregman, and the Cubs leave them loaded. Tie game. We go to the 8th. What a game at Wrigley. 1-1, 8th inning, and the top of the order for the Giants. Schmidt, Devers, and Arise against the right-hander who stays in, at least for now, Webb. Giants walking the tightrope the last couple innings. Cubs put all kinds of pressure on in the 6th. They did it again in the 7th. But it stays tied at 1. Schmidt immediately down in the count 0-2 after a changeup.
Yeah, we can't see the bullpen from here, but the Cubs do have a couple of lefties they could bring in. They have a righty and a lefty up in the pen. Here's a look at it.
Valencia the righty, Rolison the lefty. If you're just playing along with Craig Counsell, you would sort of think that with Devers on deck, he did it once already in this game. I think there's a pretty good chance that he'll bring in the lefty to face Devers. Good take by Schmidt on a slider. Schmidt 0 for 3 this afternoon. Giants have just 3 hits in the game. Pop up. Getting pushed toward the seats. Still 1-2. Avoided the Contos family. They've switched sides today.
We need to get them back on the other side. Get the offense rolling.
Yeah, all the runs were on the other side, George. 1-2. Schmidt, a little flare to right. 1 away. There's George. He's got Kennedy on his lap. Michelle's here today, sitting on the other side of George, so she's out of the shot. Their youngest daughter, Lena, is at her first game today.
Her first Giants game. She's on the board. There she is.
There you go, all decked out.
That's Michelle.
Way to go.
Having a great time.
Devers way up there. The wind pushing it. Pete Crow Armstrong still coming in. 2 down. Well, they didn't make the move. They left Webb in to face Devers, and he gets him. 2 outs for Luis Arise. Just got under that one. You watch how this game is playing out, and you think, man, we had 2 home runs hit into that wind to right field. Ball 1 to Arise.
Yeah, it is a stiff wind coming in from right as well. Both Devers and PCA absolutely hammered those balls through the wind.
I mean, our wind tracker was guessing like somewhere in the neighborhood 40-50 feet of hurt with that wind.
And it feels like it's picked up.
Rise, big bouncer. That'll be out number 3. Webb does a good job. He retired the Giants top of the order in order. Still 1-1 midway through 8. One to 1, bottom 8 here at Wrigley Field on this Saturday afternoon. Hot dogs and cold brews in the bleachers.
That's a heck of a hat.
Ian Happ against Miller, who stays in. That's right-handed. Suzuki and Horner also will bat for the Cubs here. Miller falls behind 2-0. Zips a 98-mile-an-hour sinker in there.
Yeah, right now, wind howling in, shuffling our papers everywhere. Attack the strike zone.
Out to center, Gilbert played it nicely, just not easy in the outfield right now. Big first out. Happ retired. Up comes Suzuki and the Giants manager Tony Vitello out to the mound again. Keaton Wynn, I think, is the guy who's coming in. We can't see those Giants bullpens. There's Keaton. He'll be pitching when we come back. Back here at Wrigley, it's 1-1. Bottom of the 8th. Keaton Wynn coming in with 1 out and nobody on. But before we introduce Keaton, a message from your local Kia dealers. Now a proper formal introduction of the new Giants pitcher.
Well, Keaton Wynn, 27 1/3 innings, 2.30 ERA, 23 strikeouts. Opponents just hitting 172. He's got a big sinker and a big splitter.
First pitch to Suzuki, strike one.
Keaton's last outing had the 5-out save in Milwaukee.
Split taken for a ball. Was one of the best relief appearances of any Giants pitcher all year. That job he did against the Brewers. Falls behind here though, 2-1. Killian got 3 outs. Eric Miller got 2 outs, spanning the 7th and the 8th. Little liner, and Adames catches. A knuckler, but he caught it.
Yeah, he timed it well. That one, yeah, he's showing caught a little bit of the wind. Turbo sinker off the bat of Suzuki, and take a look at this, and stays with it. Sticks the landing. Shows the rise. That thing knuckled.
Sticks the landing, or it stuck him. Shaking off that left hand. Horner takes way outside. Good play. Nico Horner 0 for 3. He came up with the bases loaded in the 6th inning and 2 outs. And Killian got him to fly out. He pops this one up. Devers hoping for a chance, but that wind just pushing it away from it.
Yeah, it looked like it was going to stay in, and the wind just takes it into the seats.
Right near a Giants fan wearing a big bright orange Will Clark jersey.
The thrill. Giants fans ready for a thrill?
When you're here at Wrigley and you see a Will Clark jersey, you can't help but think back to Giants Cubs playoffs. Clark against Maddox, bases loaded, grand slam.
Slam Francisco?
It all started back then. Three and one to Horner. So Wynn, a little uncharacteristic, spraying that fastball around. Fouled off his foot or ankle.
And classic, always misses the guard. Down goes Horner. Big sinker in this wind, and it did hit the guard actually, I think.
Just hurt. Three and two. On the ground is short. Adames scoops it up, throws him out. Inning over. We go to the 9th. It's 1-1 with Adames, Lee, and Eldridge coming up. Tie game, 9th inning, and the Cubs will bring in one of their best down to the bullpen against 4, 5, 6 hitters for the Giants. It's the right-hander Danny Palencia.
And Danny Palencia, 13 2/3 to the tune of a 1.98 ERA, 14 strikeouts, just 4 walks. He is a flame thrower, and he comes out to gasolina, and he throws gasolina. Averaging 99.6 with the four-seamer, 100 with the sinker.
Power arm against Adames and the Giants. Willie, check swing, foul. So he throws 100. First pitch, slider.
Classic. And Adames started off the home run barrage last night, or yesterday, rather, on a 100-mile-an-hour fastball from Edward Cabrera.
Similar kind of power stuff from Cabrera as a starter. Look out. Jeez. No swing. It's kind of in that 50-50 zone.
This time Adames gets the call.
Two and two. I know I keep saying it, but when you see the new system they're testing out in some of the minor leagues where a computer cameras make that call, the check swing call, and you can challenge it whether it's a swing or not, it's shocking because almost nothing is a swing. Almost everything is a check.
I wonder if they have it calibrated correctly.
If that system comes to big league baseball, it will be a big change. Full count here. Big pitch coming up to Adames. Tie game leading off here in the 9th inning. 3-2. That is strike 3 called, and Adames, he is shaking his head. The Giants have a challenge, but he doesn't use it.
And Palencia just made a disgusting 3-2 slider, throws 100, kind of buckles Willie. Nothing you can do with this. Sometimes you just tip your cap. What a pitch.
Yeah. Now Jung-Hoo Lee. He takes ball 1. That's a big pitch. Has extended his hit streak to 14 games. 1 for 3.
Just an incredible stretch for Jung-Hoo Lee. The Giants would love to see him get another one here today.
Get on base anyway, anyhow. Give Eldridge a shot where you put one in the gap or down the line and maybe you take a lead. There's Bryce. Lee, line drive, left field, base hit. His second hit of the game. Go ahead, run aboard in the 9th.
And that puts him back at 500 during the 14-game hit streak. Scorching hot.
Okay, when you and Willie are at the top of a list, it's a good list.
Willie's got number 1 and number 3 now as Jung-Hoo Lee surpasses him.
Most hits in a 9-game span in San Francisco Giants history. Ball 1 to Eldridge. It's been a rare quiet game so far for Eldridge. 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts. Eldridge rips it into right field, base hit. Past the drawn in first baseman. Lee rounds and heads to third. And the Giants are set up in the 9th inning, 1st and 3rd, 1 out.
Right man, right spot, right time. Jung-Hoo Lee sets the table. Eldridge moving him over. And now you got the big man with 8 RBI last night coming up to the plate with a big situational opportunity to take the lead here. They're going to pinch run for Eldridge. Put on the speedster Jonah Cox.
This would be interesting. It's the first time the Giants have had a runner at third base all day today. You put pressure on with the speed over at first base. Now you got a fast runner at third. The Giants have some options if they really want to use the run game. Lee's kind of limping around over there. Hopefully he's all right.
Stretching, and he was full send on that. Let's take a look at this 1st to 3rd. He was right away sniffing 3rd, and this one gets by Bush at 1st and hits the bag. It's a little slippery. Nothing in particular. Maybe just a cramp. Staying loose.
Yeah, maybe so.
When you're batting 500 over a 14-game span, you're putting a lot of toll on your body. He's been running everywhere.
So part of that meeting might have been strategy with Chapman. Part of it might have also for the Cubs been with the the very fast runner sent in at first, Jonah Cox. Some emphasis on how to defend if Cox takes off. I would think there's a pretty decent chance. Palencia is having a hard time with his pitch comm. I would think there's a decent chance that they would not throw down to second base.
A lot of wind as well today. It factors in a little bit.
It's weird. Cox runs, pitch taken. They do throw, and he steals it easily. Wow, that's just awesome speed. Lee stayed at third, but Cox is in scoring position himself.
Yeah, Carson Kelly threw an absolute strike. A nice low laser right here. Jonah, he picks his knee up a little bit. He can absolutely fly. Stays on the bag.
Chapman, meanwhile, is going to challenge the call of strike. I don't think he's going to win this one. The Giants are out of challenges. But now they force the Cubs infield to come in. Second and third, one out. Chapman, who's been hit by a pitch and walked, on base twice, trying to put the Giants ahead. One and one. 100 miles an hour with the four seam. It was fun to have a weapon like Jonah Cox. Chapman out to right center. Pete Crow-Armstrong will catch. Lee's going to tag. Cox will hold. Jung-Hoo Lee scores. And the Giants go ahead 2-1.
And what an inning here for the Giants right there. That's a difficult at bat for Chapman. Right on right. Palencia throwing 100, as nasty as you get in the big leagues. And he is able to deliver in the clutch for the Giants to take the lead here again in the ninth.
Big time. Because that's a pure strikeout situation for a guy who's got strikeout stuff.
Into the wind as well.
2 outs. You still got that speed at second. Haas almost gets hit.
That'll make you dance.
I wonder whether Cox might be at least thinking about. That's a right-hander, not a lefty on the mound, so he's got a pretty good view of him, but maybe try to create some chaos. 1-0.
Palencia is definitely taking his time coming home, but you don't want to make the third out at third. It has to be 100% because he's going to score on any base hit anyway.
If you force a throw, maybe you get a chance for it to get by, and then
you take a look at that lead. He's taking the angle. You want to get kind of, if you're stealing, you want to be right in line. But as you can see, Jonah, he's getting way back there, and that helps you get an angle running to turn third and come home. You see how he's coming back behind. So you don't really want to steal from back here. This is a 2-out lead to get you an angle to touch third and turn home.
Good point. It's kind of creeping up as the Palencia gets ready to pitch. Liner to left. And it's going to be caught by Happ. Good swing. Out number 3. Giants, though, back-to-back hits, a steal, a sac fly. We go to the bottom of the ninth, ahead 2-1. Giants find a way to get the go-ahead run home, and now 3 outs away from making it 2 in a row here at Wrigley Field. We go to the bottom of the ninth inning. Keaton Wynn stays in the game on the mound. He got in the 8th inning the final 2 outs. You got the 8-9-1 spots coming up for the Cubs here against Wynn. Giants kept Jonah Cox in the game. Gilbert moves to left field. Cox will play center, so Casey Schmidt comes out.
So you got a really speedy outfield now. Let's try to run down these fly balls into the wind.
That's an interesting decision, too. because you give up your DH by sending Cox out there to play defense, hoping that it won't matter. That's a strike. Fastball 1-1. Two and one. Hard hit, backhanded by Arise. Sure hands, throws him out. Just Mr. Reliable out there right now.
Very reliable, and that's not an easy backhand at all. This ball scorched. 2 quick steps. Arise has that strong arm. That was 104.5. That is very reliable, Luis Arise.
That's one of those plays that kind of looks routine if you're just watching from the stands.
Yeah, you're right.
Not routine. Now Kelly, he takes a fastball for ball 1. Carson Kelly, good on base guy. It's a high, towering foul up into the lights on the rooftop. That is caught by Adames, 2 down.
So some nifty infield work. Nice backhand stab from Arise. Then Adames there to snag this one, and 2 quick outs for Keaton Winn and the Giants.
But you're not done yet. Now you got to go after the guy who's been lately the most dangerous Cubs hitter, and he's having a big game today.
3 for 4, got the home run, the only Cubs run of the game.
2 down, bottom 9. Pete Crow Armstrong to deep right field, and 1 swing has tied the game.
Well, that's a bad man right there. Gets a split first pitch. And 2 outs. And unloads to tie this ball game. That's a dagger. But you got to give him credit. That is just incredible timing, clutch, lives for the moment, meets the moment. So the Giants now going to have to impressive game, man. 4 for 5, 2 home runs on a day where the wind is just howling in.
Wrong guy to make a mistake against. 1 out away from a win, but the Cubs have tied it up. Now the rookie left-handed hitter who's got a lot of power will pinch hit. This is Ballesteros, Moises Ballesteros, who's got 6 home runs. Strike 1 to him. Oh, 0-2. Giants also just thinking ahead. The Giants are going to go to extra innings if they can survive this and have the pitcher spot coming up. You have hitters available on the bench. It's not a disaster. It's unusual, though. 1-2.
And you mentioned it as we came into this inning. They gave up their DH. They took out one of their big bats, and Casey Schmidt.
Here it comes. Ballesteros goes down swinging, but not before the Cubs tie the game. We go to the 10th at Wrigley. It's a 2-2 ball game. Giants so close to a win. 1 out away. Pete Crow Armstrong hits his second home run of the day. That's all the Cubs offense, 2-2. So we go to the 10th inning, and the Giants will get their automatic runner out there. Eric Haas. They're going to start using their bench because a lefty, Ryan Rollison, comes in for the 18th time.
18th time, 20 2/3 innings, 19 strikeouts to 10 walks, to the tune of a 2.61 ERA. It's got quite a big pitch arsenal. 4-seam slider, curveball, sweeper, sinker, changeup. The whole sink. Throws pretty hard as well. 94, 95.
Everybody on the Giants bench today is a right-handed hitter. So in this spot where you've given up your DH and your pitcher spot is due up second, it's a good fit for the guy who comes in the game, Rollison, because Barracoto can hit for Gilbert. And then Buddy Kennedy has a bat. He's in the on-deck circle as a pinch hitter for the pitcher, Keaton Winn. So here we go, 10th inning. Runner at second, nobody out. Big cut by Barracoto on a first pitch curveball. Well, he got another one. He's down 0-2.
This is a big at bat here for the Giants. They're going to need the young rookie. Find a way to put this ball in play. Move Haas over to third somehow, some way. Hasn't seen a fastball yet.
Might not see one after those last two. We'll see. 0-2. He got a fastball and he's out.
So not a great at bat for Barracoto. Rollison, 3 pitches. Gets him to chase some sliders, and then the freezer. It's got that good 96 inside corner. Now Giants are going to have to score the run the hard way and earn it.
Well, a mound visit with the pinch hitter Buddy Kennedy technically hitting for, this is Schmidt's spot, but they took Schmidt out, left Cox in, so the pitcher's spot, Keaton Winn. Kennedy hitting for Winn. The Giants they were out of challenges. They do have a challenge. When you go to extra innings without one, you get one added. Kennedy, this is the exact role when he got called up a week ago. This is exactly the role that Tony Vitello said that he probably was most likely to appear in games in. Pinch hit at bats against lefties. Be a great time for his first hit as a Giant. Pulled that one almost straight back behind him. Rafi Devers on deck. Gary Pettis, the brand new Giants third base coach, watching closely Haas out at second. Kennedy takes that one. 2-1.
Right here, if you were watching the Barracoto at bat, probably going to see that fastball inside.
Instead, he got a curveball.
So he's just sticking with the spin until 2 strikes, and perfect one right there. That would have fooled me.
2-2. Threw it again. Kennedy this time saw it and took it. 3-2. That's ball 4. He did not swing. Good job by Kennedy to take the walk.
So we're all of a sudden just all curves and sliders to Kennedy. Stone 1 fastball, 96 painted inside. It's sometimes shocks me. That's a big base runner.
It is. Well, now Devers comes up. Devers, who's had good swings all day. Home run, which put the Giants ahead back in the 6th. He takes down and away the sweeper. Ball 1.
Coming into today, he throws the four-seamer 45% of the time, so maybe not feeling it.
2 on, 1 out. Can Devers come up with a huge hit for the Giants? 2-0. I think he's seeing the ball well today.
He's been on everything. Had the hardest hit off of Cubs starter Ben Brown, 100-mile-an-hour line drive into the wind. Had the big home run.
That was against a lefty. 2-0. Devers, wow. He had some bad intentions.
Very bad intentions, and maybe that's why he's not throwing the fastball.
Two and 1 to Devers. Out in front. 2-2. Devers, strike 3 called. He knew it. Right down the middle.
And he's throwing so much spin, he's got the Giants thinking a little bit. Four-seamer, bottom of the zone, and just freezes Devers. He was sitting off speed the whole time. He got me.
So now Arise. Can Luis come up with a hit? In tight with the fastball. Arise 1 for 4. Automatic runners still out there at second base. Cubs will get their own in the bottom of the 10th inning with the heart of their order coming up. 1-1. Haas ready to go on contact. 1-2. I don't know if we've had back-to-back swings and misses all year from Arise.
He's 1 for 4. He does have a strikeout. Arise does not strike out much. This is when it gets fun to watch him work. 2 strikes, game on the line.
Arise fights it off. Tough pitch. Two and 2.
How do you say sprinkler in Spanish? La regadera?
See.
Time for some sprinkling.
Left center field, there's a lot of green grass out there. Crow Armstrong shading way over toward left center. A little foul.
And a little flare.
Very few guys can cover that pitch and spoil it foul. On the ground, hits the mound and right to second for the force out. Giants never get that runner home. So now they got to hold the line in the bottom of the 10th. Game still tied. Now the pressure's on the Giants now. A 2-2 game. Giants got their automatic runner and could not get a run home in the top of the 10th. So we go to the bottom of the 10th. With the score tied at 2, and the Cubs have the heart of their order coming up against the left-hander Sam Hentges.
And Sam Hentges, 8 2/3, 2.08 ERA, 10 strikeouts, but 11 walks. Opponent's only hitting 133, so he's a guy tough to get hits on. Gonna attack Michael Busch, the lefty, then he gets righty and switch hitter.
Dansby Swanson will be used as a pinch runner to get extra speed out there. The automatic runner. And the winning run in scoring position. Left on left. You wonder if Craig Counsell wants Busch to bunt.
Chapman's going to be playing in at third base.
He's not showing bunt. He takes a ball.
Pitch is the ball, the catch is challenging.
Giants get that extra challenge, so Eric Haas, he might be right about this one. Yeah, he was.
Big challenge. Good thing they got one back in the extra innings. That's a good rule.
Fifth pitcher of the game for the Giants, trying to survive and see the 11th. That's a ball, 1-1. Busch fouls it away. Giants move Lee into center field, which is interesting. Cox in left, Barracoto in right field. They're much more comfortable apparently with Barracoto just being a right fielder only. Way outside, 2-2. That one past her eyes. Stop sign for Swanson, and Barracoto doesn't field it. And the Cubs win it 3-2. He was stopping at third.
And kind of a surprise they're stopping him at third, but Barracoto just kind of thinks that they're going to score no matter what. And that is a tough way to lose this heartbreaking game 2 of this series here in Chicago. But take a look at Barracoto, who's coming in, and I think he was just going all out and missed it. That's a full send and doesn't come up with it, and that'll be all she wrote for the Giants here today.
That is indeed a painful way for the game to come to an end. The only error of the game, Barracoto walks it off for the Cubs, who got more walk-off wins than anybody in baseball. They hit a home run with 2 outs in the 9th, held the line in the top of the 10th, and they win it 3-2 in the bottom of the 10th. That's the final score for Hunter Pence. Dave Fleming saying thanks for being with us.
And you're trying to stretch Keaton Winn out to 5 outs, knowing that maybe tomorrow that means you might not have who has been your best reliever. So he's trying to stretch it out, and he throws one bad pitch there at the end. But it is just something that I think when we look back on the season and do the postmortem, we're going to look at a bunch of games like this where you go like, man, if they had one more reliever there that they could have thrown in the 8th and maybe give Keaton the entire 9th inning, maybe it's a little bit different, or they have somebody behind him to come in for the 9th after he got out of the 8th. They've just been 1 or 2 guys short the entire year in the bullpen.
Well, that's kind of why my point is, at some point, do you just give people the roles and just kind of stick with it and commit to it rather than